Still trying to throw the ball. On first and goal, second and goal. Panicking at third. Fourth, I'm wishing for a muff.
Welcome to the 510 Huddle. We back. Hey, I'm so hyped right now. How you feeling, D-Lane?
Hey man, early morning with it. We up at the crack of dawn. We about to get it in. 510 Huddle Pod for you guys. We got week 2 recap. Let's dive right in, Zay.
Here we go. We have Monday night Raiders Saints. I saw Sonny Bo say that the lost Oakland Raiders. You feel me? Right off the bat, I was angry. Let me just say that. Right off the bat, I was like, "Oh, this is the normal big game against a good team, about to get blown the fuck out." And the Raiders didn't. First and foremost, I think the most underrated part of this game, John Gruden is in his bag this year. Is in his bag. No more getting stalled in the red zone. Every drive, we have the most third quarter.
Y'all was one of the worst red zone teams last year, huh, Zay?
We're worse in the red zone, and we're
Yeah.
terrible in the second half. What happened this year? The Raiders lead the NFL in third quarter points. That third quarter, that's where the control of the game happens.
That's coaching too. That's real coaching because that means you made second half adjustments and you got your guys ready.
Exactly.
Like,
and to me, you're playing a top defense. That's not everyone know the Saints are a top defense, right? They gave Tampa problems with no one argued Tampa has way better weapons than the Raiders, not better running.
I give them like a top 12, top 10, top 12. I just always felt like throughout Drew and Payton's tenure, they've been more known for a offensive minded team, and in between those years, they had seasons where their defense was kind of elite, but more so always for turnovers. Like even that year they won the Super Bowl against Payton, they was one of the worst defenses that year, but they led the league in turnovers. You feel me? I think what was it? Terry Porter, whatever the corner he picked off. Yeah, the famous pick. You feel me? But that was the one. And Payton really threw like 2 early in the game, but they dropped it. But that was the one they needed. But they've been getting shit like that all year. But that was just to mention their defense. Go ahead, Zach. My bad.
No, and that's a great point. A stat that I just thought was incredible. And as far as their run defense, they haven't gave up a 100-yard rusher in 44 straight games. That's yep. That's Google it right now. That to me was the most impressive stat. I think it was the Monday Night Crew dropped a stat right before the game. It was talking about how good the Saints run defense is and how it would be a challenge for Josh Jacobs. But and it was. I mean, Josh wasn't getting his usual 4 pop. He had to work for everything that night. But it was just coming out of every direction.
That man was running through folks again. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. Now anyone that follows me on Twitter, that first quarter. Man, I went back to read my tweets. Oh my God, I was fuck Carr. I was going in on Carr. But if you're a Raider fan, you've seen this. Big game, big team, shit the bed. And for Carr to rebound, to me, he didn't miss after the first quarter. Like it was just he was on fire. I think he had to settle down. And I'm waiting to see that Russ connection grow week in, week out. Last week he had a couple underthrows against the Panthers and they hit on a big one. This week he had 2 overthrows. But I think that connection will come. What was your reaction, D-Lane?
My first thing, like you said, John got these guys ready to play ball, man. Because we know for the longest the Raiders have a history of just shitting the bed, especially on a big stage game like this. And the reason why I say he has them ready to play is because, okay, week 1, people think some people thought maybe it's 50-50, but I felt like that was a winnable game. You guys did what you were supposed to. You won the game, right? Okay, we go to week 2. Okay, I'm thinking you guys are going to lose or have a tough time until I find out Mike's out. So then I think it's more of a 50-50 action. Like, y'all got action at the game. Again, week 2, y'all come out and y'all do what y'all supposed to. I was telling somebody this yesterday, Lil Kenny, because he was talking mess about the Saints. I'm like, well, if it was the other way around, or he said he was hearing it from Saints fans. I'm like, well, if it was the other way around, everybody be getting on the Raiders because it would be like, man, y'all lost to the Saints without Mike Thomas. You feel me? But nah, y'all ended up handling business. That's what I like about John right now, Mayock. I like the backbone of this team, and I think it's primarily because of 2 players, and it's one on each side of the ball, Abrams and Jacobs. They're both just tone setters. You feel me? They're both tone setters that you could create a culture around. You feel me? Of toughness, grit, and they both come in that mold of players I think that John just loves. You feel me? Both tough, gritty players. And I just feel like, man, the offense, the first half, it was a little shaky into the second quarter when Carr started hitting his stride. I still got question marks about Carr, mainly because I feel like he just gets a little shaky in the pocket from time to time. He missed Ruggs twice Monday. The deep ball early in the first half, I felt like Ruggs had a little action at it, but he probably overthrew him just a little bit. But then late in the game, Ruggs the PI call, he completely overthrew Ruggs by like 4 or 5 yards. But the threat of that 4.27 from Ruggs scared the hell out of Jenkins, and you see how he had to hook him. At first, I didn't think it was a PI until they replayed it and zoomed it up, and I seen Jenkins, Jackrabbit got the little hook on him, so that was definitely PI. You can't do that, baby. DBs can't hook. But the offense, man, I love your offense, man. At the end of the day, I think I'm gonna say it right here, right now, man. I think Darren Waller is the best receiving tight end in the game, and I don't ever think it's close no more. Kelsey, I always thought it was Ertz and then Kelsey. Me personally, as far as pass catching and route running for a tight end, but this dude is on a different level. We talked about it yesterday. I think me and Zay had a 20-minute conversation yesterday just on Darren Waller.
Oh man, he's a special talent. I think Monday night you seen a lot of former and current Baltimore Ravens talking about Darren, and this is like, hey, this is not new to us. He destroyed us in practice every day. And for Darren, it wasn't if he had the talent. It was more about learning the tight end position because he played wide receiver at Georgia Tech. Then two, he was
6'6", 250, running a 4.46. My guy,
that's scary. And when he catches the ball, he's angry. He doesn't want to go down. So
that's
I
mega.
think,
That's Megatron-esque right there. The
man,
measurables, and then he has the talent, man. And then he has real hands. Like I think it was like a third and hot, third and short, third and medium. It was like a hot check down. Carr got rid of it right now, slant across the middle, and he put it out in front of his body. Defender draped all on his back. And I'm talking about he caught that shit all hands away from his body. He's just stick him. So you feel me?
he
Got the
makes it
first
look,
down and everything.
yeah, he makes it look easy. And I think this year I really like there's a lot of question marks going in around the Raiders receiving core. Like, yes, we're young. Tyrell out for the year with the shoulder, but this year you see the Raiders. It's like they're playing kind of like that the Warrior style ball where we're just gonna throw so many different people at you. So you got Brian Edwards and you got Ruggs. Then they'll come off the field. You got Aguilar.
Big money on third down.
Exactly, Renfro. Then you got Zay Jones. It's funny, the
Zay
two
Jones.
receivers to score a touchdown this season have been Zay Jones Monday night and then Aguilar the week before. And these two guys, think about it. If those are your third and fourth receivers, those guys were starters. Aguilar was a starter on the Super Bowl team. Zay Jones was starting on the Bills before he got to the Raiders. So this just shows you the level of talent. Now, to me, I like how you brought up Abram. Outside of Abram, Max Crosby had a forced fumble. There is not a soul on defense that pops off screen. Not a soul. Da Arnett played a little
He likes
better.
to come up and tackle. I like that. I like
I'll
the
give
fact
him
that he
that.
likes to come up
He's
and
young.
tackle.
He's young.
Yeah.
But in order, I'm looking at the Raiders. Okay, you got the Patriots next week. It's going to be a tough game against Bill. But I'm looking at the Raiders. You have the Ravens coming up. You have to play the Chiefs twice. You still have to play the Chargers, right? They have an offense, right? So the Raiders defense has to get better. We're not going to have poor. I'm gonna say poor arms, but not strong arm quarterbacks like Teddy and Breeze every week. So to me, it's like, hey, if the Raiders aren't playing a strong arm quarterback, we got a shot on defense. That's what I've seen so far. I'm nervous when we play those big, strong arm quarterbacks like we are next week with Cam. So we'll
And
see.
you guys, credit to the defense. You guys did get that turnover. We talked about that. You guys gotta at least get one or two of those a game.
And we
And
got
but
one.
no break type defense, and you got it right. You got a big one right before the half, and I think that turnover was able turned into 3 points for you guys. Correct?
Yep, Daniel Carson, that's what, 54-yarder, tied it up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give two
Man,
shout outs real quick on the Raiders. You gave DoorDash to him, Tom Cable. We lost both
yeah.
both the starting right tackles. Lost the starting left guard. Incognito, I think, could come back next week.
He coaching them boys up, man.
And,
That
and
old
the
line.
line didn't miss a beat. And the play, as you're a rookie to go against that D line, that was amazing. The second shout out I want to give to Oakland native Javin White from McClymonds High School. He got brought up from the practice squad and was on the active roster. Got a few snaps on defense, and that's definitely a local that we want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, man. Eric Harris said the boy been balling in practice and in camp, everything, man. So I hope they definitely keep giving him some more opportunities to get out there and make some plays. come on, man, from the town, so you got to be able to play.
Oh yeah. Now let's dive into the other team. Well, I wouldn't say the Bay, but the Raiders down in Vegas, the Niners. And I think it didn't even feel like the Niners won on Sunday. With all the injuries, we got Bosa out for the year, Solomon Thomas out for the year. D Ford is going to be out a really long time. They just had to sign Ziggy Ansah. What are your thoughts? How do you think these injuries are going to affect the Niners? Super Bowl, what chances, or how the Niner fans call it, the revenge tour? How do you think that's going to be affected?
Oh, it's over with. It's over with.
Oh,
That
you think
shit's
it's
done.
over?
They'll be what? Come on, bro. They defense. They lost their best player on defense. Then they lost a key rotation guy in Solomon Thomas. D Ford as well. Sherman's still out, bro. They're done. They're cooked, bro. They're cooked. But I will say this: I won't say they're going to be like a trash team or get blown out. They're going to be competitive for the rest of the season because they are coached very well. You feel me, Kyle?
Yeah.
I'm not. You gotta respect Shanahan, so it's not like they're about to get blown out or they're about to just go on a horrible losing streak. I'm not saying that. They might even be able to squeak into the playoffs. Remember, we got the added playoff spot, okay? But their division is tough. Got Arizona on the rise. Seattle's Russ making it known he's the best quarterback in the world right now. So to him, so I don't know, man. It's gonna get real ugly for Niner fans. I don't know.
Let me say this just as a positive for the 49ers. You still have a good front seven. You got Eric Armstead. Ken Law's getting better and better every week. And you have a really good linebacking core. Now the secondary, you have good safeties. Corner shaky with Sherman out. And we already know Mosley, Witherspoon are very questionable on the other corner. To your point, Jimmy's healthy. I think the offense is going to have to really lead this team this year.
And he's hurt. He's hurt next week.
He's
Like
hurt.
he's coming in
So I
on a
think
bum leg.
I think they are lucky in the fact of, two of the next three games they have New York and they have Miami. Those are teams that they should be able to
No, they
beat.
got New York and then they got us. And
No,
we
I
know
know. I
all the
said
smoke.
two out of the next three games. Two
Oh,
out of
okay,
the
we
next
got
three.
you, got you, got you,
Yeah.
got you. Yeah.
So those are two wins right there. If they can be 3-1, let's say, Philly, that I can't say that's a win, a guaranteed win, but they're lucky there. But now after week 6, all you got is Washington on the schedule where you have a legit chance to win. You got to play the Rams. We know they're tough this year. I was completely wrong in them being terrible. Then you got New England. Then you got Seattle. Then you go to Green Bay. Then you got New Orleans. Then you got the Rams again. Then you got the Bills. Then you get Washington. Then you end off with Dallas, Arizona, Seattle. Those last 3 weeks, I think all three of those teams are going to be fighting for a playoff spot. Seattle might be number 1 seed by week 17. We don't know.
Hey man,
So
if
it's tough. They're lucky
Zay,
these injuries happen in the beginning of this first 5 weeks, because after that, it's brutal. That is a brutal schedule.
Zay, unless and I don't see it because his quarterback is playing so high at a high level and he has an unstoppable threat on the outside and D Hop. Unless Kingsbury shits the bed and they just go on a crazy losing streak, the Niners are playing for third or last place in that division, bro, with the Rams. Cause like you said, I don't think I said it would be a shitty team, but we thought they'd probably come in last in the division before the season started. The Rams look solid, my guy. You feel me? So
Yes.
I think the Niners damn near are they're playing for that third spot, not to be in last, and it's not to be in fourth, and it's crazy because just a year ago they're in the Super Bowl. But we know how that can be, man. That's part of the game, injuries.
And do you think? Let's just write them off right now, right? What NFC teams? Let's name 6 NFC teams that we think are better than the 49ers based off their injuries they had. NFC,
Um,
sorry, NFC. Because I think Seattle's better right now. I think the Rams are
Seattle
better. The Cardinals
Saints.
beat them, but I need more data from the Cardinals just because they haven't been a playoff team in the last 4 years. I need more than 2 games, even though they beat them.
All right, Saints.
Okay, Saints, Seattle, Rams. That's 3. I'm taking Green Bay. That's 4.
Green Bay. Them boys look dominant right now.
Uh,
Um,
I can only get 4 out of fact. That's what I can't say. It's just I mean, the jury's still out on Tampa. Uh, Chicago's 2-0, but they haven't played good teams, and that with that quarterback play, I can't buy into Chicago. Uh, Minnesota's 0-2, right? They're in, and Niners beat them twice last year, even though that's a different team. I'm not sold on. I mean, they lost to the Colts and could barely score against the Colts. Uh, yeah, I think the Niners will be able to win 9 games just with this season and how the standings play out. But with that upcoming schedule, that's where it's brutal for them. Like they can win eight games in that stretch. They need everyone to stay healthy. Jimmy can't re-injure that ankle. To me, that's the concern. If Jimmy is not 100% after playing after week 3, I'll even give this. If Jimmy's not 100% after week 5, it's going to be a brutal stretch. If I'm the Niners, it's like,
Do you
hey,
do you shut him down and say after season if because he's your $1 million he's supposed to be a franchise quarterback.
you can't. You're in win
You
now
got
mode.
pieces. You gonna win now still?
Yeah. Oh, you have. To me, you lose Bosa
Your
to injury,
best
right?
player on defense.
Your
Stop
best player
saying
on
that's
defense.
yeah. Come on, okay.
So as a
Because
coach,
Kenlow's getting better, but he's already not popping how Bosa did in week 1 and 2 of last year.
no, definitely, it's not. No. And what Bosa did was one of the. If I mean, I don't want to just overstate, but top 3 rookie opening
Seasons
rookie years
ever.
ever. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I think
Especially
he
for that position.
led the league in pressures. Like to me, that's the real D line stat is how many pressures you can generate. So that's um. But my whole point is, I feel like the Niners they have a shot. Like, hey, if you lose 1 or 2 players and you were in the Super Bowl last year, as a coach and a team, you have to believe you still got a shot, regardless.
It's not 1 or 2 players though. They got
And
bodies
think about
dropping.
it. Outside the Seahawks, to me, the Seahawks are the only clear cut team. Seahawks and Green Bay right now are the only 2 clear cut teams that are, hey, no one's close to them in NFC. It's a gap to me between after Seattle and Green Bay. As of right now. To me, seeing New Orleans, Drew Brees can't push the ball down the field. That game changed a lot of how I think about the Saints. I'll be honest. We can talk about that at a different time, but I don't look at the Saints how
Like
I've
I said,
looked
I
at.
already know they operate differently without Mike, so I can't really say that. He did look shaky when he was trying to push the ball down the field, but it's just like I don't know.
I
The
look at the
offense is
Raiders
ran
as a
completely
defense,
different.
as a bottom 10 defense, and so that's how I judge the Saints. So like, all right, you're playing a bottom 10 defense right now. You know what I mean? So hey, the Niners they got
But like I said, it's not like they're the Patriots offense where they're known to spread the ball around short
true.
intermediate game. Their passing game is literally through Mike Thomas. That's why he set their catching record the last 3 seasons or whatever. Like, come on, man. That's the only reason why I said I didn't give y'all too much credit for Lim. It was more so like y'all handled y'all business as far as like you feel me. You handled your business. You won the game you're supposed to because the opposite team was missing a key element of their offense.
And again, I want to say like, yeah, we missed 2 tackles and a guard. So it's like to me, that's where the balance comes in because. I mean, think about imagine your Eagles losing 2 tackles right now. It would be oh my God, right?
No, it was a
So
shit show. Well, last week we played very well on O-line. Week 1 was a shit show. Lane Johnson didn't play. A few guys didn't play.
yeah, so I'm just saying, and you're playing a defense with that D line, right? They have Rankins, they have Cameron Jordan. That's a legit, top D line in NFL. Then Demario Davis. I mean, this man was everywhere last
I,
night on Monday
I
night.
will say this. I know we're jumping off the Niners script. We'll get back, but I will say this about that Saints Raiders game. Malcolm Jenkins is cooked toast. He's done. He's done. The way bro, and I seen a lot of Eagles fans saying they wanted him back and shit after week 2, talking about we definitely could still use his leadership. I still feel like he's a solid box safety as far as especially run support. But pass coverage, he's cooked, bruh. Hey, Waller and them boys Jacobs ran through his ass. Zeke was doing that last year. He got his ass ran through a few times last year, and he was getting his ass busted in coverage too last year, trying to point the finger and shit. That was one of the reasons why I was ready to get rid of Malcolm Jenkins. But last night, Lattimore was getting cooked too. But that boy Jenkins, oh my God, Waller made him look like it was retire mode.
And think about that. Who else is going to guard the tight ends for them? And Jenkins and Gardner Johnson were having trouble with Waller. And think about
Lattimore couldn't even guard him.
Because he's too small. That's just
just too
think about
small.
Lattimore gave up 2 catches against Brian Edwards just because Brian Edwards said, "I'm a grown man," and simple.
I don't know why they didn't go out the gate or at least way earlier in the game. I think they didn't make the adjustment to like late 3rd or 4th quarter to start bracketing double teaming Waller, and they only did it a few times, and he ate. he didn't really. I don't think he did too much when they did do those bracket plays and man on them. But it was like, why don't y'all do that all game and just load the box? You got two. You playing two
You know why?
receivers. I know that fair rug speed, but it's still like you're playing two rookie receivers, my guy. You gotta make this quarterback with no preseason or offseason with them. You gotta make him go work against you with two rookie receivers
I
versus
think
your
that's
all-star, superstar, tight end, and running back. That would have been my game plan going in as the DC.
definitely. But I think the way you look at it is someone made this point is that's how Gruden could be in his bag. You're over as a D corner like, okay, let's stop Waller, stop Waller. Oh wait, there goes Renfro. Oh wait, there goes Ruggs over the top. Oh wait, there goes Brian Edwards. Damn, the dude damn near looks like Darren catching all these contested balls. And wait, oh there goes Josh Jacobs. Oh wait, there goes our fullback scoring. Oh wait, there goes Rashard up the sideline. So I think John Gruden has so many pieces that it's like as a D corner, like you got to pick and choose where you're going to stop. But you get, like, I don't want to get too much off topic, off the Niners.
Yeah,
And the injury.
my bad.
Real quick, has your I believe you had the Niners winning 10 games this year, correct?
I think so.
Does that number drop? How many wins does that number drop? 'Cause I still believe in their offense once they're healthy.
And just if they can get healthy, shit. Moister's out this week too. They're tied back.
What's the Giants though? I would rest
No,
even healthier.
yeah. The Giants, they got a soft schedule. They had a bye week last week. They got another bye week this week. If for sure it drops, like I said, I see them vying for that third spot in the division. I like Arizona. I liked Arizona coming into the season, and I like more than the Niners. So I'm gonna say they're vying for that third spot, and that 10 win number definitely drops. 9, 8, somewhere around there, 9 or 8. Like I said, they're not gonna be a trash team. They're still well coached, and you gotta respect Shanahan, man. At the end of the day.
Yeah, I think they'll get the W against the Giants, and then they'll go on to Philly at 2-1, and we'll see where they're at there.
Yeah, I was already talking my shit, man. I thought we played them this week. I've been talking my shit to Niner fans. I want all the smoke, man. We got injuries too, so I think it's an even game. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Now, let's go to outside of the Raiders Saints game. As you know, I'm a Raider fan. It was a great game on Monday night in Vegas. To me, my favorite game of the weekend was the Seahawks Pats game. I love seeing two black quarterbacks go at it. We know the history between the Seahawks and Pats. You know, this mini rivalry. What was your reaction from the game? Actually, let me say this: is Russell Wilson running away with this MVP this year?
Can't say you running away, man. Can't say you running away.
Let me ask you, who's the close second then?
For me personally, I'm mad. The second guy I'm gonna say I'm mad. I didn't really mention him for player for MVP before the season started. But I would say Kyler and then A-Rod, bro. A-Rod ball. Them boys got 80 points in the first 2 weeks. They got like 83 points in the first 2 weeks, my guy.
Yeah, I would just. My thing with Russell is just I know Russell's team, like, they don't have that Packers defense. That right there. Do you know? Can you name me their pass rusher?
Irvin got hurt.
Hey man. And so it's weird to me. I'm looking at. Don't be wrong. Aaron Rodgers having a good season. We talked about Kyler as an MVP candidate. It's no surprise to us.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kyler got more rushing yards than a few top backs right now, bro.
This year feels like, remember Pat Mahomes in was it 2018 season? Right, that was actually their best team when they lost against the Patriots with Kareem Hunt, and those boys. If this season, like Russ, feels like that season, we're just like, this man's just on his own world right now.
No, yeah, he said he's trying to separate himself. I love Russ, man. He's a top quarterback. Yeah, he's a top quarterback, but we just, like, if you watch football, man, you just know Patrick Mahomes is different. Patrick is the best quarterback. I don't care what Russ does, but Russ is a boy.
I would say this. Let me ask you this question: if you swapped Russ with Pat Mahomes right now, Russ is on the Chiefs. Is there any difference with the teams?
So it's for sure a difference.
We've never seen Pat without a perfect situation. He has the most loaded. Again, I'm not discrediting Pat. I think he's the best.
But Pat can still move, so it's not like he's a statue.
Not like Russ.
Not like Russ, but he can still move. I think Pat with DK? What? Pat with DK? And Ty like it? Come on, bro. It ain't like he's not going. He's still going to do work. I feel like Russ would do work, but it would look different. I think Russ would do work and it'll look different. I feel like Pat can go with them and still kind of do the same shit. It just might be more of a struggle, but it ain't going to look different, is what I'm saying.
So you think there was,
if that makes sense.
The Seahawks will still win the same amount of games?
Yeah. I feel like yeah.
Okay. I just don't know. That's, to me, that's the only question mark.
I feel like they both be the same. I feel like Russ on the Chiefs, he wouldn't really take them to another level than higher than Pat. They'd probably be the same.
No, I'm not
one
saying
step lower. They'd be the same or one step lower. But if you put Pat on the Seahawks, I feel like he brings them up just like a notch more. Not like, oh, he's way like it's way different, but like a tiny ass notch. Because I just feel like at the end of the day, he's a bit better than Russ.
I think to your point, I think Pat is the best quarterback talent, right? He's taller, he has stronger arm. I think Russ throws the best deep ball, right? Pat still misses some deep balls, but he has an overall stronger arm. I just look
Russ,
at Russ.
This is a good question. How about this? Will Russ be one? Because I'm pretty sure in another year or two, this year for Drew, probably in another 2 for Tom. But once those two get out the league, is Russ the most accomplished quarterback? Like then, because you can still say unless Pat wheels off like 3 or 4 chips in a row, we'll just say he still has one for now. But will Pat be or will Russ be the most like accomplished quarterback at that point? Because A-Rod still only got one. In 2 years, if he doesn't have another one, he only got one. Does he have another appearance? I don't think he.
I think it was. I don't know, and this is my mind, and this is all I look at. These are the top 3 quarterbacks, and all we're going to talk about for me the next 8 years plus. Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. I just think those are the 3 names we're going to consistently talk about. If you got one of those 3 quarterbacks, you got a shot to win the Super Bowl. Doesn't matter who's hurt. Doesn't matter if you got a defense. Doesn't matter who the fuck's coaching. You got one of those 3 quarterbacks. You got, I think, the next 5 to 8 years. That's all we're going to talk about. I just see Russ is just. We see this man with a special wide receiver talent, first time in his career, and this is what's happening.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday as well, man. I'm ready to go ahead and say I think DK is like a top 10 receiver, my guy. He got it. He a dog. He got it, and he got it in ways that I thought he just didn't have it. Off his combine numbers and that weak ass 3 cone, I don't know why I read so much into it. I just felt like because he was that big, I didn't think he'd be able to stop and go like that. But I seen him put fear in Gilmore as far as with his speed, and he did some routes and some shit Sunday where I was like, yeah, he's an elite talent for sure.
I remember we were talking yesterday, and you were like, hey, this might be an overreaction. You know, I'm thinking, oh, D-Lane about to say something crazy. Like, I think DK is the top 10 receiver. And I was like, for me, I don't think that statement was crazy. We saw what he did year 1 as a 21-year-old, as a rookie. He was 21 years old last year. Now he's doing this year 2. And to me, it's like this. When he dominated the best corner in the football, undebatable. Then number 2, he dominated Bill Belichick, who routinely takes away your best weapon. And so, for me, that's all I need to see. Okay, you're going against Bill. Bill planned all week just to stop you. Then secondly, you went against Gilmore. Yeah, Gilmore frustrated.
He probably didn't, though. He probably just planned, we stop rush and stop the run, because he probably thought, I got the eraser right here, because he didn't just beat the best corner in the league. He damn near beat the best defender, because he was the best defensive player of the year last year.
Great point.
Yeah, you feel me? So Bill's probably like, we're going to put him on DK. That's eliminated, and then he probably was working everything else until after he seen what DK was doing on the field.
I want to be able to talk to. I wish I could call Gilmore and just like, hey, just between me and you, what was it like out there against him? Because I feel like he ain't gonna tell you the truth, man. It was a play. They started fighting on the sideline. DK blocked this man to the bench.
What you say yesterday? You said DK is one of the best blocking receivers in the game right now, right?
Oh, it's not. Crazy. I think the 2 best blocking receivers from watching all the games. I could be biased. Brian Edwards and DK Metcalf block like you got them fucked up. Like that's how they block you all game. I was watching all 22.
DK jacking fools up. Like I'm talking about hemming them up and putting their ass on the bench.
Bro, as you should. If you that big, no corner should ever get off your block. ever. I mean, he could block linebackers at DK size.
Damn, for real. You
Like
can bring
so,
him in that tight end, man. Have him chip to the end or some shit.
and speak from the DB perspective, Lane. If you get him blocked by a receiver all game, not just block like I can't get off it, like disrespectful block, and you give him a touchdown and you can't
Oh,
guard
you
him.
frustrated. You frustrated as
Okay.
fuck. Your confidence is shot. Your confidence is shot, and you frustrated. You can't let it give a shot your confidence if you want any action that just still competing. But oh yeah, you fucked up. You like, damn, bro, I ain't got no control. Like I can't get a win on them. I can't get a win on them. That's how you feeling.
Oh yeah, it gotta be. I gotta be bad. But I will say this, just not to focus all on the Seahawks. I think the Pats, to your point, I think they are going to be at least win 8 games this year, just because when you can run the ball and defense is it's not nothing like the last couple years defense. It's still a top 15 defense.
You still being you being disrespectful. I told you didn't we have a bet over on the over under for their wins on 8? Was it 8?
Now,
You said under, right?
I said under. Now, I'm still going to say under based off they beat Miami. I'm not putting anything to that. And they lost against the good team they played. Now, I think this is the best team in football right now, but they still lost. So I got to keep seeing how it goes because I don't think they'll be able to run, the Cam running offense all year. That's just me, but we're going to see.
Yeah, you
I don't
can't
think
do
they have
that.
enough
You
talent
can't.
on
You
the
can't.
outside.
I was gonna say that too, especially if you want them to hold up. Yeah, I don't know because they've been running his ass the first 2 weeks for sure. He got more rushing touchdowns than passing touchdowns.
And, no, exactly. And I do want to say this. This is the best I've ever seen Cam throw the football. I do want to say that. So, with that being said, they always got a shot. This is the best I've seen Cam throw the football since 2015.
Yeah, and we both sold this game a little short as far as we didn't think Cam could put up more than 14 with the weapons, but yeah, he with the weapons he got right now, but he's definitely doing his thing, man, and they made it a great game to watch for sure.
Exactly. And it's exciting.
We both picked Seattle. Though. We both picked Seattle to win this one.
And it was a good game. I mean, it came down to the Pacers were 3 yards away from winning it. So, great game. Now, the next game I want to get into, I had to say this. I don't think it's an overreaction. I think it needs to be done immediately, and it's already been done. I want to talk about the Cowboys Falcons. Dan Quinn, his key should not work. He should not be allowed into the Falcons building right now as we speak. This is how I judge coaches, right? You took your team to the Super Bowl. That doesn't matter to me anymore. Kyle Shanahan was there as an OC, and your offense was humming. That's why he went to the Super Bowl. Second, you're a defensive coach, Dan Quinn. The defense has never, ever, ever looked good in Atlanta. So that means you're not scheming up shit. All right. Third, when actually, I'm not even going to put you. Teams come back on all the time, right? Super Bowl happens, whatever. That was terrible. It happened. But to lose with an onside kick because your players don't understand the rules of football, you have to be fired. Like the famous line Coach Belichick says, you either allow it to happen or you're coaching it. Dan Quinn has to go right now. It's not an overreaction. He has to go. Go ahead, Lane.
No, hey, I'm on the same page with you, man. I was on Twitter talking shit to Cowboys fans. My boy Rod, we was both stressing at halftime. I'm an Eagles fan. He's a Cowboys fan. I thought we had action. It looked good for us going into halftime, I think, and it was looking bad for them. And I just remember the next thing I know, I don't think I didn't watch the finish of it, but I just remember the next thing I know, I look and it's a ball game. I'm like, hold on, no, I look and the Cowboys won. I thought it was game. I thought it was over, so I switched the channel. I had the ticket on. I turned that game off. I thought that game was over with at 29-10. And I just remember Rod tweeting me. I get the notification and then I turn it on ticket. I'm like, the Cowboys came back and won that game. 4 turnovers in the first quarter? Are you serious? And you lose the ball game? You give up 1 sack, you don't turn the ball over on offense, and you lose the ball game? That's terrible. And to be honest, McCarthy ass, he looks shit. He looks bad, but it got covered up by how freaking shitty Dan Quinn looked. Cause you go for it on 2 for fake punts. He don't get it. McCarthy, like I don't know, man. It was just it was an ugly game. I called the shootout though. I definitely called the shootout. I just thought I called the Falcons winning that shootout.
And this is the crazy part. Dan Quinn blamed excuse me, not Dan Quinn. The week before, their own defensive coordinator came out and said, "Yeah, we're planning to stop the run. We didn't know they were going to open up with Russell Wilson." If my D coordinator is saying that, that means as a head coach, I hired this man to be my D coordinator, and he says he didn't prepare for Russell Wilson just to stop the run. How, like the man is hiring incompetent people around him,
And he keeps firing
and
them,
he's a defensive coach.
he keep firing all the assistants the last couple of years
Yeah.
like it's them
Now,
too.
now it's on Arthur Blank, the owner. I know he's about 100 years old, and he doesn't want to do a rebuild. Hey, Arthur, let your kids, your family, you're still living. Do something immediately. You have an offense. You can get you a top OC.
You
Eric
wasting
Bieniemy.
you wasting the end of Matt Ryan's prime, and you wasting Julio's prime right now, man, with this
And,
bullshit.
and I would actually say this: Julio deserves some blame as well.
Yeah, he
He
dropped a
dropped the touch.
touchdown.
He dropped the touchdown. I'll say this: beautiful play design. I don't have a bad word to say about the offense this year. Falcons been putting up 30. I think 30, 30 plus 2 weeks in a row. Julio drops a touchdown pass. You can't be number one, all that, and drop a touchdown pass. I would have won the game because of points. 2, Julio, do you not know the football rules? Like, to me, that play, it just made me angry as someone that likes football because these are all professionals. They've been playing football 5 years old and they don't know the rules.
Man,
How do you, as an owner, I gotta fire everyone. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, to lose the game like that because your whole team doesn't know the rules. Oh my! You know the up to that offside kick, Cowboys did all that to come back. The Falcons still had a 99.9 chance of winning the game.
that's crazy.
Even before, as they were kicking the onside kick, 99.9%.
I guess they factor in their resume from the Super Bowl a couple years ago. I just did the
But
numbers
at
for
least the
right
Super
then and
Bowl, it
there.
was like this. It wasn't like, you know what, you're just a dumbass. It's like, okay, it's the Patriots, Tom, it's Belichick, y'all not running the ball. It was just like, hey, we got
That
beat.
was dumb too. That got beat, but that was dumb too.
It was dumb. But I
This one
couldn't
was just
call it.
more egregious. This one was
I
just more
couldn't, yeah.
egregious.
I say this. I can't call anyone out like that 28-3 is terrible, right? But it wasn't just, damn, they don't know football. What happened on Sunday, they do not know football, like how it works. Like, that's my problem. How do you not know how football works?
I'll
Bro,
say
you
this.
can grab the ball. You're what? I'm sorry. It's just I can't stand just seeing dumbass shit like that. You could lose just because you got came back on. Hey, we couldn't score. Cowboys lit our ass up. Or you know what? Cowboys recovered the onside kick because it was a perfect kick. Damn, that was a beautiful kick and one of those 1 in 100. No, I had to go on my rant. Dan Quinn got it. If I'm in the city of Atlanta, you got to start a petition. You got to go.
Man. No, yeah, they calling for that boy head for sure. I will say this as well to piggyback off them. The NFC East is trash. Cowboys, they're second.
Second
I
favorite.
couldn't tell who's secondary was worse out of them and the Falcons.
Yeah, it's just
I thought last year's
Darryl
NFC
Worley's
East was
back
bad.
there. We seen him with
This
the
year's
Raiders.
NFC East is shit. Yeah, you heard me. I said I thought last year's NFC East was shit. This year's NFC East is probably even worse. You heard me, Zay?
Yeah, cut out quick. You're good.
Yeah, I was just saying the NFC East is trash again.
No,
Basically,
that's
that's all.
clear. That's clear. I mean, to me, it's clear like the Eagles should be the best team because I feel like they have the best coach and the best quarterback. But the Cowboys, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be good. Like they almost
You
got
know
blown
who?
up to the Falcons.
I was just telling somebody the other day. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington rise to the top, man. Just because they're playing for something. Rivera got them boys playing hard. I don't know. If we don't pick our shit up and the Cowboys don't get their shit together, I wouldn't be surprised seeing like a 7-9 Washington team, 8-8 Washington team getting into the
Eh,
playoffs or some shit like
yeah.
that.
There's two things I think can happen. Eagles get healthy and get on fuck you mode. The Cowboys to me don't have the coaching staff equipped to do anything. They have talent, don't have the coaching staff to execute. I can't see I think Washington might win 7 games off of effort and trying real hard, maybe 6. I don't see Haskins as a long-term option at quarterback. That's just me. So yeah, the NFC East is why. I'm saying if you're a Giants fan, shit, we got a shot. I mean, every team got a
Even
shot
with
right now.
Saquon now,
Yeah.
even with Saquon, you still. Hey, I was rolling listening to the first take yesterday, and Stephen A was just getting on Molly and Max, so they both Giants fan. He was like, "Man, y'all hope it's done." I was like, "Man, now that you just said that, it's like, nah, they got action. Hey, this division's so trash. The Giant with Danny Dimes, if say Danny Dimes get hot, oh my god, I'll be pissed off if the Giants won this division. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh
That'd
yeah,
be the ultimate. That would just solidify that that's the worst division in the history of football.
there's only two divisions that don't
Single
have.
season for a division.
So think about this: the NFC West has 3 2-0 teams. The NFC South has 0 2-0 teams. The NFC North has 2 2-0 teams. The NFC East has 0 2-0 teams. So it's only every conference has at least one 2-0 team except NFC East and the NFC South. And ironically, we thought those were going to be 2 of the better divisions.
Nah, I didn't think yeah.
I'll say media, not us. Just the
I know,
general.
no. For the South, for sure, I thought the South would be because they're usually good every year between at least the Saints for sure, and then you
NFC
you
South
got the
is just
Bucks.
NFC
Yeah,
old. That's what they are.
yeah, well,
NFC old.
NFC, yeah, but they always put up numbers like that's the high scoring division. You feel me?
Yeah.
For years with Cam, Drew, and Matt Ryan, they always put numbers up. But the NFC East, I just thought I'm biased, so I thought my Eagles would at least be good, and the Cowboys I knew had some talent, but they're just as shitty as last year, man. The division and whole.
Yeah, but we're gonna see how it keeps progressing. Like I said, everyone in the NFC East. I mean, everyone technically still has a shot. It's only week 2. We'll start seeing after week 4. How teams really look. Real quick, I want to rattle off a couple topics. Let's start with the Ravens Texans. I called a blowout. I thought the Texans are not going to be good. It was clearly a blowout. I have to ask you this, Lane. If the Texans don't make the playoffs, will you fire Bill O'Brien after the season?
Shit, I would have fired him before the season for trading D-Hop. I would have been fired his ass. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, I said this before the season, or just I feel like Deshaun Watson and D Hop make they're like look, I'm not comparing them to this level. They're like LeBron AD. They will make up for a lot of dysfunction on the back end. And I think that's what the Texans were doing. Like they won so many games just throwing 50-50 balls to D Hop. They don't have that.
I know it's a small sample size. Who do you think D-Hop looks better with? Kyler or D-Wop?
Oh, with the Cardinals, and that's all I need to see. Because know why? He got a real offensive mind. Bill O'Brien, I want to give him credit. He's made the playoffs. He made the playoffs with Osweiler. But when he was making the playoffs, he was making it in a really, really weak AFC South. The Jags were terrible. The Titans still had Jake Locker trying to find a quarterback, right? The Colts, they had Andrew Luck, but he couldn't finish the season. So he was getting those you got in the playoffs, but you always get your ass whooped round 1. So are you really a playoff team? You know what I mean? And so now he's with the Cardinals. I think Kyler's a better thrower of the ball than Deshaun, right? I think Deshaun's a better. Kyler's going to be better than Deshaun in a few years. This is what it is, right? But the biggest difference is D-Hop has a real play caller. Now, I will give the Texans this. Nobody has had a harder first 2 games in the season. Chiefs, Ravens. No one's had a harder first 2 games. But to not even look competitive in either of them, that shows you all you need to know. Any thoughts you had on that Ravens Texans game? I mean, the Ravens are who we thought they were.
Yeah, we both had the Ravens in that one. So
yeah. Now, this is something I know you're passionate about. What's going on with the Eagles? This is Wentz, the injuries, coach. What's going on?
Wentz, man. Wentz. I'm slowly. Yeah, man. I'm trying my best, Zay. I'm trying my best to hold on by a thread for my guy, man. But he does not look good, bro. Like he looks so damn inaccurate at times. the turnovers he's having right now, it's like 2-4 his touchdown interception ratio. He's not really known to throw a lot of picks. The last few years, I don't think he's thrown more than like 7 or 8. But the turnovers he's throwing right now is costly and bad timing. Like, he had an awful one. They tried to force the JJ Arcega-Whiteside. It was on the it was like right before the end of the half, and it just killed momentum. I'm like, oh my god, like, we was coming back, and it was just time, like, it gut wrenched the team. Matter of fact, I think it might have been the open up the second half. But either way, it was just a bad turnover. We were driving. And I think it's a mix of a lot of things, but Carson is in the center fault. I won't put it all on him, but his play is definitely one of the main reasons why we haven't won the first 2 weeks, man. I can't say that combined with Doug Peterson. So it's reports they gave him more control of the offense, but they're saying like he has too much control and he's not really listening as far as to the coaching, compared to how they were trying to compare it to Nick Foles, as far as, like, I say Nick Foles, he stays on script, he just runs the offense, and he does what the coaches want. With my guy Wentz, he tries to hold on to the ball too much, and it's part of his game. You feel me? Because he got the big, he's Big Ben-esque as far as, like, he can sting plays. You feel me? Do magic in the pocket and shit. But sometimes that can be costly. You know, you gotta live and die with that. But right now, it's like they're dying with it because he's not being smart with the football. And yeah, man, I'm definitely frustrated, man. I'm trying to stick with my guy, but he's not looking good right now, man.
I think I'm in the minority on this. I think Carson Wentz is going to turn it around based off, to your point, right? He's trying to be too much of a playmaker. But when I go back to look at that season, he got hurt, the Super Bowl winning team. He was really young then, right? And so he wasn't doing his own thing. He had to listen to Doug, right? This is a play Doug called, this play we must run. Also, the Eagles were a younger team there, probably better overall. Now Wentz has gotten older, and you got that major contract, so you can't have such a loaded team. But that's fine if you have a really good quarterback who can make up for a lot of the holes. I think Carson is going to calm down. He's been hurt a lot. I mean, I think it's just getting his rhythm, his flow. And, with no OTAs, again, this is a team that's been together and some weird things happening with Ertz's contract. I just think they need to calm down. I think they'll flip the switch. One, Doug comes from the Andy tree. So as you know, I mean, Andy started 1-5 and made the playoffs, right? The momentum is still going to be there. I think they hit the switch. I think Carson's talent is, I mean, maybe one or two quarterbacks more physically talented him in the NFL. So I think he'll get together. The only way where I'm out on the Carson Wentz train, where I'm like, hey, he got a big contract. It is what it is. I don't think he's the guy. I don't know. Is he looks how he looked these first 2 weeks for at least 8 games or more. If he looks the way he did these first 2 weeks for 8 games or more, I'm going to have to take a step back and hop off the Carson Wentz train.
Yeah. Back to that when you mentioned Doug, I feel like Doug and Carson are in the same boat moving forward here. To start the season and moving forward through the rest of the season. They've been the problem and they're the solutions moving forward. Because I don't think neither one has played or called a clean game as far as Doug pisses me off. But like I said, I don't know if it's Carson switching shit because like I said, they say he has control. But I think the drive I don't know if it was the drive when we threw the pick to Arcega-Whiteside, but we had a drive Sunday where we're running the hell out of the ball. Miles Sanders had like 131 overall yards. He was killing it. He had a fumble early, but he shook back into it and just started balling. But we were running the ball, positive yards. I think we get down into our red zone, close to our red zone in our territory, and we throw the ball on like third and short, like third and second or third and 1, and then we got a punt. I think at that point Doug didn't want to go for it because we already had went for it on short like twice and we didn't get it, so he didn't want to go for it like he usually does. But I was just like, why are we throwing the ball here? We just ran the ball down their throat, down the field. Why are we passing the ball right here? Like, Doug just, I don't know. And then the other thing I was going to say is we have speed on this team. We have crazy speed between Miles Sanders, Deshaun Jackson, and Jalen Reagor. And I feel like we just don't get those guys the ball in space, or we don't do a good job of getting those guys the ball in space. And it should be easy to me for Doug because I feel like you got majority of the primary focus, I feel like when the defenses come in to play Philly is stop the run with Miles Sanders and stop the tight end passing game because it's really through the tight ends. So why don't you use the tight ends as dresser or use the tight ends to be able to get the receivers open? I don't see no fly motions with Rager. I don't see no jet screen. I don't see screens with Deshaun Jackson like that. We did some this past week. DJ dropped one because it was a bad ball from Carson. But I don't know. I just don't see enough opportunities to get our guys, our playmakers with the speed, balls, and space. And I feel like some of that's on you got put that on the play call, and that's Doug Peterson.
I agree, and I'm just gonna leave with this. I agree with that point, and that's why I give them a shot to get it together and have their rhythm. The guy you just named, Carson hasn't played a full season with, right? We're seeing Carr have to get used to rug speed, right? D-Jack was with the Eagles for 2 games last year, and he done for the year. So I think Wentz and his offense just have to get their flow. A lot of new pieces. Miles Sanders getting. I think it just needs a lot of. They need to get their flow. And when your O line's not healthy, when you got different pieces out every week, it's hard to get your flow. So, but again, Doug, when you're a coach and you're not winning, it's always going to be on you. I don't care who you are, right? So, we'll see going forward. I got hope and wins. Last, we're going to end off with this.
Before we move on, I got one last problem with Doug, bro. And I guess because they're saying, like I said, they say Carson has more control, and I guess he has a buddy-buddy relationship with the owner. I get that. That's cool. Like, I guess they say he can pick up the phone, be able to call Jeffrey Lurie on whatever. That's cool, whatever. Carson, you was a part of the team, but you technically haven't won a Super Bowl as a quarterback. You feel me? Playing. Why the hell can't Doug Peterson, a Super Bowl winning coach, can't get this guy to listen and stay on script at least consistently, a little more consistently? We understand you got to live and die with it because that's the way he plays. Big playmaker, he likes to extend plays and get out the pocket. We get that. But another problem with Doug, like I said, with his play designs, we haven't seen Carson get out the pocket at all this year. No moving the pocket, no bootleg. Like, I was mad as hell. I was envious of watching Jared Goff Sunday, bro. Jared Goff, I think, went 16 for 16 to start the game against us. And you know Sean McVay, the motion with the receiver through and bootleg the other way, and he was just getting easy ass throws. And I'm like, bro, that's all we need to do for Carson. I was just envious of it because I'm like, where is it? That's what we seen all last year at the end of the season when we made that playoff run to get us in the playoffs with Carson. Doug, where is it at? And you can't get this guy to listen and stay on script, but you're a Super Bowl winning coach. Come on, man. And he's still young. Like, you got to get this guy. You got to get this guy on script, man. You got to will him in a little bit, just a little bit, so we can get back on page, like you said. And I think they will, because like I said, at the end of the day, I think they're the problems right now, and I think they're the solution for us moving forward.
And that's a good or bad thing. We're going to find out in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir.
Now, a problem that I have with the Chargers and their coach, Herbert, I think against the Super Bowl champs, finding out 10 minutes before kickoff that you will be starting, I think you saw everything you want to see in your rookie quarterback, your number 6 overall pick. Wasn't scared to throw the ball, moved around the pocket, created plays, took you to OT against the Chiefs. I mean, he had one bad pick, but this guy is functional. This guy has something. And so for me, as a coach, or I'm a Charger fan, an owner associated with that team, Tyrod's never taken another snap with the Chargers unless Herbert's not ready to go, can't play. So I don't like Lynn through this week. He's been saying over and over, Tyrod's our guy if he's healthy. Tyrod's our guy. I seen how Herbert looked in. Did we watch the same game, Lynn? And I'll leave this stat here. Tyrod Taylor in 47 career games has one 300-yard passing game. Herbert, first game of his career against the Kansas City Chiefs, throws for 312 yards. Tyrod doesn't even look as good as Herbert right now. And I want to show you something. Read something that just came in from Adam Schefter. And this is just the Chargers. This sounds like the Chargers. The Chargers team doctor accidentally punctured his own quarterback Tyrod Taylor's lung just before kickoff Sunday while trying to administer a pain-killing injection to the quarterback's cracked ribs. So that doctor's fired and got a lawsuit coming. But how does that? We talked about this. Chargers, Eagles, Niners. Chargers, Eagles, Niners. That's what happened. Adam Schefter, 839, tweeted that.
Yeah, because I was wondering how Herbert got denied, because they said he had found out like 10 minutes before the game. I was like, well, what happened with Tyrod? I'm like, the hell?
Yeah, for that to happen to your quarterback. Let's say Tyrod, like, what if that happens to Herbert? I'm never getting touched by this doctor. You're giving me How do you puncture my lung? Know how deep you have to go with that needle? That's concerning as a franchise. It shows you what type of we show what type of doctor they have. That's terrible, right? But my big thing right now is Lynn, ride with your rookie. You drafted him 6 overall. You saw the plays he made. Tyrod couldn't dream of making some of the throws he made. It's not in his bag. He don't have it. Herbert's just as mobile, or not more mobile than Tyrod, bigger. I don't see what's the point of hanging around with Tyrod. That's all I gotta say. I like what I see from Herbert. I like what I see from Joe Burrow already, and exciting rookies coming into the league.
Yeah, man. The kid got it. He could play. He could definitely play. We said it to come out the gate. We didn't know why Lynn wasn't playing him. Tyrod is good. He's respectable, but at the end of the day, he just doesn't have that it factor and can make certain throws. This kid definitely has it. He competed at a high level, especially to find out that you're playing 10 minutes before the game and your first game of your career is Patrick Mahomes and the defending Super Bowl champions. And I didn't see no fear. He drove his team late, put them in position to win. At the end of the day, they're playing Patrick Mahomes, man, and Pat got the win. But I definitely like the way he looked. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with Lynn, man. If I feel like if they struggle this year badly and he's not playing the kid, Lynn might have to go, man, because
he don't call plays or defense. I don't like coaches that don't call nothing. You got to be Pete Carroll or Bill Belichick. Those are the only people that can just sit on the sideline and just do what they do. The rest of the coaches, I need my coach doing something. Excuse me, Mike Tomlin as well.
yeah.
Those are the only coaches to me that can just sit back and
Tomlin still, them guys are still hands on their defenses, but
no, exactly. I can't do the coach, the rah coach. I just stand there and play with my mic for 60 minutes. That's not. And I want to ask you this question. This kind of off topic. We see Tua's not playing yet, but he had a major injury, so it kind of makes sense, right? Do you feel Tom Flores and Anthony Lynn as black coaches that they have to do everything kind of by the book, right? The way you're supposed to do it is, start quarterback, then ease your rookie into it. Do you feel like that's their mindset, that they kind of have to do it by the book since they're a black coach?
It could be yes and no.
Even though it's not the book anymore, it's 2020. You draft a quarterback high, you start him.
No, yeah. It could be yes and no because I think both in both situations, the guys they did have starting are valuable as far as for like the first couple of weeks, as far as that traditional way of easing your rookie in. So it's not like they had like horrible options. It's not like they had Blaine Gabbert and Jamarcus Russell starting. You feel me? They had Ryan Fitz, who has had hot streaks in the league, a few hot streaks, real hot. You feel me? Like that can get like 500 plus passing yards hot. And then you got Tyrod Taylor, who's just respectable, that can lead. You feel me? Got good leadership intangibles, but he just can't make all the throws. So I feel like in both cases, both quarterbacks or both coaches were just like, we're going to just, go with the steady vet here and just ease this rookie into the situation. So especially Flores, he's still young in his tenure there. This is only his second season with Miami. He probably definitely can't do nothing drastic.
That I think those are all good points. Just something I thought about, just because we see there's two rookies that obviously Herbert played, but there's two rookies I think we all want to see through the season. But no, I'm excited. We got week 3 coming up. We got Raiders Pats this week, Niners Giants. I'm hyped. Real quick, we want to let y'all know every Friday, like we did this previous Friday, we're going to be on IG Live, the 510 Huddle and Coach D Lane, and we're giving our weekly predictions. Come through. We answer questions that y'all put in the comments. And yeah, we're gonna do that every Friday at 2:30, right before we kick off. Also, SEC football kicking off this weekend, so finally can get back to that Saturday routine where I can turn on some college ball.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys for listening. Week 3 is upon us, and let's go. Let's do it.
Hey, lastly, shout out to Roberto and our boy Don, sound engineer and our graphics designer. They're working hard. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we just put out it's already out. But we just put out the Ali Brother podcast, so y'all go check that out. It's already out by the time this drops. So yeah, just keep listening. We're gonna have some merch out soon for you guys, and we're just gonna keep working, putting out great content.
And we need the Eagles to win this week, or D-Lane say you're not showing up next week.
I damn near might take I might have to take a bye week, man. I might have to take a vacation because they stressing me out. They really stressing me out. It's a roller coaster. Damn near watching them play. Being an Eagles fan, watching them play to play. That's how shaky we been, bro.
Hey, at least you got to see a Super Bowl win in your lifetime. That's something not everyone can say.
Come on, for real.
All right, y'all have a good week. Y'all
still went for it. It's time to change the club.